Hey, how you doing? Um, I have a piece of gum in my mouth. How impolite of me. So what I did is I started out and I put in this search, really complicated search. In the brackets are synonyms and related terms, and so it's going to search for this chunk and then words that are hanging out by themselves like PTSD, and then another chunk. So really, it's just looking for three concepts, right? But I just thought of something. When you talk about detention or youth corrections or something like that, and intervention, typically they're going to be talking about like how to get a kid out of prison or how to prevent them from going to youth detention or something like that. So the PTSD is probably going to get lost in the weeds, isn't it? So I wanted to show you a way around that. If you go into Psych Info, you really can dig in. Here's how I get there. Psychology, and it's the first database on the top. Another thing that I would recommend also is maybe taking out a chunk of that and searching for one chunk at a time or one concept at a time. So instead of looking for all these things, maybe we could look for just PTSD and intervention or treatment. Let me show you what I'm thinking of. You can pick the population in this database only. You don't have to put in keywords for a population like youth, adolescent, but you can go in and it has a population right down there on the left-hand side. These are limiters where everything that you click on can limit your search that you've already done. So for population, let's see what populations we've got. There's genders, people in hospitals. Oh, that's it. They don't have an age range. Okay. Well, that was a dud, wasn't it? So you could chunk it up. You could look at youth in detention or prison-like or halfway house or whatever you want to call it, and PTSD. And then in another search, you could look at PTSD and intervention. Does that make sense? So instead of trying to find articles that have everything, you kind of chunk it up and grab little individual bits. So, but we can add the population keyword in here. Let's just do adolescent. Totally misspelled that. Adolescent. I'm phoneticizing it as we go. This might be the way to go. And the cool thing is when you're in psychology, if you're working with a population of a particular age, I mean, look at here, there's a ton on intervention for PTSD in adolescents, and they're going to be looking at the PTSD coming from a wild myriad of diagnoses. It might be somebody who's female, male, they might be in a hospital, they might be in prison, they might be in a school population. And so what the psychologists are doing is they're looking for an intervention or a treatment for PTSD in this particular population. And the context, you maybe could search in another one. So for example, well, by the way, you can do better than 1970. So if you noticed with this one search, I got 4,000 results, which is too much. So I could bump it up to like the last 5 years. This hasn't been working on my browser lately though. So let's see if it actually works. It didn't work. There's something wrong with my browser, but it should narrow down to those dates. For some reason, that date range thing is not working with my browser. So I'm using Chrome, so maybe I have to switch over to Safari or Firefox to get that to work. It worked last week, so there must have been some change on the database side. Don't let that put you out. But let me know if that doesn't work. You can also sort by the newest. So another thing, after you've received something that it's a good search and you found enough articles on that, let's go over to our original search. And instead of talking intervention or treatment, let's talk about the cause. So right now we have an intervention or treatment for somebody who is an adolescent in that age range. But now let's look at like what's the cause? What's creating the issues of PTSD in this environment? That might be the better way to go. And then you can mix and match. If this is, I think there's a lot of people doing this assignment where you have to find 10 things. So there you could do like 5 on either side, and you're good to go. Yeah, that worked really well. Oh, look at that! How annoying! The thing that I was looking for shows up in number 2. So cruise through those, narrow down by date right here, and see if that can work in your browser, and also click on this peer reviewed. I doubt this is going to work. My browser's been choking on this. I'll have to see what's going on. I had 637. If I narrow just down to peer reviewed, it's still 637. My browser is like, it's signaling, I'm joking, please clear the cookies. I'll have to figure out what's going on with that. But try those things out and then write back to me and let me know how it goes. And it's okay that we have this back and forth thing. I need to be able to help you get your assignment done though. So let me know if we're getting close on the deadline and I can help you further, okay?